Some interviewers walk into the room ready to bait a comedian into a headline. Ricky Gervais needed well under 20 seconds to end that plan for good.
What the f*** are you talking about?
Well, presumably.
I did advertise all over.
Well, I saw some adverts in magazines and stuff like that.
Where would you advertise? What are you talking about?
I'm saying,
if you're working up to a joke, just do it, because I'm getting bored.
Jim Carrey didn't even need a real question to derail an interview. Jerry Seinfeld corrected a legend live on cable news. Bill Burr told reporters flat out they needed to get their balls back.
Say, Jim Carrey, yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading...
Joan Rivers only needed one sentence to end a live segment completely, and Cat Williams turned 3 uninterrupted hours into the most watched interview YouTube has ever hosted. None of these are recycled clips you've already seen 10 times this month. Some are decades old and still hold up. Some happened last year on a red carpet nobody expected to go viral. What ties them together isn't anger, it's timing, and knowing exactly which question doesn't deserve a real answer. 6 comedians, 6 interviewers who picked the wrong day to get clever. Let's get into who folded first.
I was at a press junket. I did about 300 interviews, and we're going from room to room. There's 20 people there, and you go around, and they're asking questions. Do you believe in ghosts? No.
Gervais built his whole reputation on refusing to perform politeness for people who haven't earned it, whether that's a chat show host or a junket reporter fishing for a soundbite. When a reporter tried to catch him off guard, he didn't snap back with a punchline. He answered with a story, delivered so flatly that the room went quiet.
And said, I love the film, I love the gag that you're a dentist, but you wear those awful manky teeth. What do you mean? She went, for the awful manky teeth you had in? And Greg Kinnear went, oh God. And I went,
he told the whole story to Letterman's audience, walking through the woman's exact line about his manky teeth before delivering the punch flat and deadpan. That flatness is the entire joke. Gervais never raised his voice once.
That's
fine,
right. Well,
okay.
I mean, the question is, are you able to feed yourself? Are you able to acquire and devour nourishment on your own?
Yes.
And if the answer is yes, you're fine.
For another,
you're fine.
And then I'll have to be fed.
Yeah.
I hope to be too fat to move.
We've had high jumping, Olympic high jumpers on, and you don't look like a track and field guy.
This wasn't a one-off. Gervais has spent years turning rooms full of powerful people uncomfortable on purpose, most famously behind the Golden Globes podium, where he opened multiple ceremonies by naming names in front of the exact celebrities he was mocking. A reporter chasing a soundbite doesn't get that same protection. An open atheist who has debated religion on camera for decades without softening a single answer, Gervais treats an interview the same way he treats a heckler. He lets the question finish, then decides if it deserves a real answer or a demolition. Most comedians rush the comeback. Gervais lets the silence stretch until the interviewer fills it themselves.
Good for you.
I said to her, you owe me a good review for that. And
exactly.
she just went red. Like, it's a faux pas, it's a risk not worth taking. It's like saying to a woman, are you pregnant? Don't say it, just in case.
That's right. Well, you invoked the word manky. I don't know what manky means.
Manky, it means these, all right? It's these.
If this is what happens to a religion question, taking him into an existential crisis is almost reckless. One red carpet is about to prove that no amount of confidence survives Jim Carrey's version of a normal interview.
Say, Jim Carrey, yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
E! sent Kat Sadler to ask Jim Carrey about fashion icons at New York Fashion Week in 2017. He circled her instead, announced there was no meaning to any of it, and said he'd come looking for the most meaningless event he could find. She kept smiling. He kept going.
To the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to come to and join and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you gotta admit it's complete.
When she tried to pivot to his outfit, he told her there was no him, just things happening. It should have read as a breakdown. Instead, it went viral for the opposite reason, because underneath the strangeness, he was making a real point about identity, and everyone half noticed it before the clip even finished airing.
You got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I
Was
didn't
that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
Things happening, and there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Twitter split in half instantly. Half the internet thought he was having a crisis on camera. Carey answered that days later at the Toronto Film Festival, explaining to journalist Sharon Waxman that playing characters deep enough eventually strips away the idea that there was ever a fixed person underneath. The explanation was calmer. It landed just as hard. That wasn't the first press tour Carey had turned into performance art instead of promotion. He spent years treating red carpets like open mics, answering simple questions with bits nobody scripted, which is exactly why outlets keep sending reporters to catch him anyway. Carey turned a 5-minute red carpet slot into a philosophy lecture nobody asked for. Jerry Seinfeld took a completely different approach. He just told Larry King he was wrong on live television without blinking once.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
Larry King told Seinfeld his sitcom had been canceled. It hadn't. Seinfeld had ended it himself in 1998, at the very top of the ratings, and King's mistake landed like an accusation instead of a simple question.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You think I got canceled? Do you know who I am? He said it with a straight face, dragging the exact viewership number into the middle of the sentence, so King couldn't wriggle out of it. 75 million people watched the finale. Seinfeld made sure the number got said out loud, on air, before King could move on.
Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last
Okay.
episode.
What you don't
It's
take
like
it so.
the difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Years later, when King passed away, Seinfeld addressed the clip directly on Twitter, calling it just him having fun with King's mistake. It didn't look like fun in the moment. It looked like a correction nobody in that studio was allowed to walk back. King interviewed thousands of guests over his career and built a reputation for asking blunt, sometimes underprepared questions that occasionally caught his guests off guard. Most laughed it off. Seinfeld made sure the record got corrected on air instead. King had decades of interviews behind him and still lost that exchange in under 30 seconds. Bill Burr didn't even give reporters 30 seconds before he turned the whole red carpet against them.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading up, I don't think you read up on it. Because I said what I felt about it.
Burr showed up at the Kennedy Center in March 2025 to support his friend Conan O'Brien, there to receive the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. Reporters used the red carpet to fish for a political headline instead. One tried to pin him to Luigi Mangione's online support. He shut it down flatly, saying he'd already made his position clear.
I'm not qualified to talk about this.
I was just going to bring it
What do
down.
you think about global warming?
You said about Elon that he was ruining Earth, I saw on The View. You're critical of him, boycotts, like even the violence
I don't watch
that's
the
going
news.
on in Tesla.
I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on. I watch Instagram. I watch people wipe out on motorcycles. I watch lions and hyenas fight each other. This is the things that I do. And I don't think you should be asking.
A reporter pushed him on Elon Musk. Burr said he doesn't watch the news. He watches people wipe out on motorcycles, and that a comedian isn't obligated to have a take on everything just because a camera is pointed at him. Then he told them straight, they needed to get their balls back.
No, I'm not going to just have some controversial moments. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls. You need to get your balls back. and it's not my job. I am a dancer.
I'm not going to have some controversial moment so you guys can get clicks. I am a dancing clown. He said it standing still, not walking away, which somehow made it land harder than a walkout would have. It wasn't an isolated moment either. Burr has a track record of turning these ambush-style questions back on the reporter asking them, refusing to hand over a soundbite just because a microphone got shoved in his face. Joan Rivers had already shown decades earlier that walking away works just as well.
It's not mean. It's not mean.
Really?
It's not mean. You can. It's not mean. I tell the truth. I'm sure I say the same things.
CNN's Frederica Whitfield brought Rivers on July 5, 2014, to promote her book Diary of a Mad Diva, then spent the segment implying her comedy was mean. Rivers tried to keep it light at first. Whitfield kept pressing anyway.
Animal rights activists.
You know, this whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist.
When Whitfield turned to the fur on Rivers's book cover, Rivers didn't dodge it. She fired back, then shut the line of questioning down completely.
I haven't heard that. I make people laugh for 50 years. I am put on earth to make people laugh. My book is funny. I wear fur that was killed 15 years. Sorry.
Are we serious? Oh boy, yeah, she was serious, and I thought she was joking the whole.
You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry. Rivers walked off the set while Whitfield sat there. The whole exchange actually ran closer to 2.5 minutes, not the quick blow-up it's remembered as, which makes that closing line feel even more deliberate. Rivers explained herself afterward, telling reporters every question had been accusatory instead of curious, and that Whitfield did not seem to understand we were talking about a comedy book, and not the transcripts from the Nuremberg trials. She also insisted it wasn't a publicity stunt, just an interview that stopped being an interview. By that point, Rivers had spent decades building a career on saying the exact thing polite conversation avoids, from red carpet fashion criticism on Fashion Police to blunt commentary on her own age and career. A host who came in expecting her to apologize for that instinct on command was never going to get the segment she planned. Rivers didn't need a comeback line. She just left. And the silence after she walked off did more damage than anything she could have said back. Cat Williams took the exact opposite approach. He stayed in the chair for nearly 3 hours and never once let go of the room.
He's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on...
Shannon Sharp booked Cat Williams for Club Shay Shay in January 2024, expecting a normal conversation. What he got was Williams naming names, calling out joke theft, and going after industry figures by title and by face for nearly 3 uninterrupted hours, without a single commercial break to soften any of it. Sharp later got criticized online for not pushing back harder, and his response was blunt. He never claimed to be a journalist, just an entertainer with a chair and a microphone. That's exactly why the interview worked. Nobody redirected Williams mid-sentence, so nobody softened what he actually said on record. Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Kevin Hart all got named directly, accused of everything from joke theft to being industry plants, and none of it got walked back in editing because there was no editing to walk it back with.
He's writing jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available. It's value. These are this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making heard of a comedian that came to LA, and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading. No person or since that person.
The clip passed 83 million views and became the most watched interview in YouTube's history, popular enough that Saturday Night Live built a sketch parodying it months later. Not because the questions were sharp, but because nobody in that room tried to stop him from answering honestly.
With over 50 million views, it was the conversation that broke the internet. Cat Williams.
It's the truth.
I'll say this much. Most of these 6 never needed to raise their voice to win. Gervais used silence, Rivers used an exit. Williams just refused to stop talking. What strikes me is that none of them planned the moment in advance. The interviewer created the opening, and the comedian simply refused to let it close quietly. 6 comedians, 6 different ways of winning the room. From Gervais's silence to Rivers walking straight off the set, to Williams simply refusing to stop for 3 hours straight. Which one actually shut it down hardest? And which interviewer never saw it coming? Tell us below and subscribe for the next one.